Despite fewer recent releases, DSLRs still make a lot of sense for photographers from beginners up to professionals. Many photographers prefer the size, weight, and optical viewfinder of the digital SLR design. And while it has been a lean couple of years for new DSLR cameras, things are turning around. In this video, we are talking about and breaking down the 7 best DSLR cameras on the market this year, based on price, performance, durability, and more. We are taking a look at products in all cost ranges, so whether you're looking for an excellent value camera or the ultimate best one, we have an option for you. As always, all the links to the products discussed in this video are in the description below. For the most up-to-date information along with updated prices, make sure to check the description. The products mentioned in this video are in no exact order, so be sure to stay tuned until the end and don't miss anything. Starting off the list with Nikon D3500. The Nikon D3500 is the latest Nikon's D3000 series, and we evaluate it as the best DSLR for beginners. We also consider it as one of the best Nikon cameras now, as well as one of the best cameras for amateurs. Novice photographers are often worried about DSLRs being complicated to use. Still, the Nikon D3500 has a brilliant guide shooting mode that acts as a fully interactive tutorial on photography, delivered via the rear LCD screen. The rear screen is fixed, and you're limited to Full HD video rather than 4K, but the 24 megapixel sensor provides super sharp images, and the retracting 18-55mm kit lens is rather good too. The D3500 is small, light, cheap, and easy to use, all the essences that will appeal to the beginners. Nikon has further refreshed and rejuvenated one of its classic designs to keep it fresh, responsive, and appealing to first-time DSLR buyers. Next we have Canon EOS Rebel SL3. Canon does make a couple of cheaper DSLRs than this one, but we figure they're a little cut down in features and build quality, so we'd recommend paying just a little bit extra for the EOS Rebel SL3 DSLR. Why? Because it has a very angled touchscreen on the back and a sensor with Canon's dual-pixel CMOS AF technology, so the autofocus in live view is really fashionable. We also love the fact that you can start with a simple guided user interface when you're still learning, and then switch to the standard setup when you feel more confident and want more control. This is the best DSLR for beginners keen to learn and experiment with new techniques. It's also as good in live view mode as a mirrorless camera, and is the entry-level Canon DSLR we'd recommend. The SL3 does not cost more, but it's definitely worth paying the extra. Moving forward, we have Canon EOS Rebel 10100. Nobody wants to buy an expensive camera only to discover that photography is not for them. You can limit the risk with this remarkably cheap EOS Rebel 10100 DSLR. It's well suited to newcomers with the same intelligent full auto shooting mode and feature guide as you'll find in pricier Canon cameras. The quick menu is typically intuitive, and there are plenty of scene modes as well as more advanced shooting modes. There's also a creative auto mode to help you progress from basic zone to creative zone styles. The 18MP image sensor is a little lacking in megapixels compared with most current DSLRs though, and there are more severe cutbacks in other areas. We wouldn't expect a touchscreen at this price, but the rear LCD is disappointingly small and low resolution. Ultimately, it's a primary camera, but the best DSLR to get if you want to dip your toe in the photographic water and spend as little cash as possible. Up next is Canon EOS 90D. This is the best Canon camera for enthusiasts. It arrived with groundbreaking specs that no other camera in this category can match, and could leave a few professional photographers and videographers taking a look too. The EOS 90D packs in an astounding 32.5 million pixels, the highest yet for an APS-C camera, though don't expect to see any evident and instant benefit in image quality. Instead, revel in this camera's 10 frames per second continuous shooting capability and its uncropping 4K video capture, a consumer-level Canon that finally doesn't reduce the angle of view for 4K video. The extra megapixels don't dent the EOS 90D's high ISO or low light performance, but this camera has so many capabilities and so much potential, we can forgive a few flaws. Its innovations and specs make this the best DSLR for enthusiasts. EOS 90D further combines mirrorless video and live view AF with superior DSLR handling as well. Next product on our list is Nikon D7500. Nikon fans looking for an all-round equivalent to the do-it-all Canon EOS 90D should take a look at the Nikon D7500. Also designed for enthusiasts, it offers a slightly faster 8 frames per second continuous shooting speed, a proven 51-point autofocus system, and the ability to capture 4K video. It has a tilting rear screen rather than fully articulated design on the EOS 90D and relies on slower contrast AF in live view mode. But if you do most of your shooting through the viewfinder, these will be the small points. The D7500 also has a comparatively low resolution. Still, in real-world shooting, its high-performance sensor delivers images that are not far behind the definition offered by the Canon, despite the difference in megapixels. So which is the best DSLR for enthusiasts? We say both. Depending on whether you're a Nikon or a Canon fan, the choice is yours. However, keep in mind the EOS 90D edges it on specs. Up next we have Nikon D780. The new Nikon D780 is expensive right now, but could be a future classic. It takes the on-sensor phase detection autofocus of Nikon's mirrorless Z6 model to offer a DSLR with brilliant mirrorless camera live view performance. In fairness, Nikon has been a bit slow off the mark here, since Canon DSLRs have long used Canon's dual-pixel CMOS AF technology to do the same thing. Essentially, the D780 is like a modernized, supercharged version of Nikon's still popular D750 full-frame DSLR. It also comes with a high-resolution tilting touchscreen display, 4K UHD video, dual UHS-2 compatible memory card slots, and continuous shooting speeds up to 12 frames per second in live view mode. Combine that with its robust design and comfortable grip, and you've got a camera that's an instant masterpiece. We like the prices to fall a little though. Being brand new, it's a bit expensive right now. And finally we have Canon EOS 6D Mark II. We like the Nikon D750, but the EOS 6D Mark II is a newer model with some exciting features. The 26 megapixel sensor is right, rather than great, but it does have Canon's dual-pixel CMOS AF system, so the live view autofocus is high speed and effective. The 45-point viewfinder AF system is pretty good too, although the focus points are clustered towards the center of the screen. The EOS 6D Mark II can capture images at 6.5 frames per second in burst mode, just like the Nikon D750, but sneaks ahead with its handy vari-angle touchscreen display. If you can find the extra cash, it's the one we'd recommend. The new Nikon D780 is a strong rival, however. 6D Mark II is a significant step forward from the original 6D, but more in operational speed and performance than completely image quality. It's a terrific camera to use and an excellent all-arounder, which would make a great first full-frame DSLR. That's it. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys in the next one.